What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another video on my channel Skotrix, and today as you can see we are back on NBA 2K21 Next Gen for another build guide video. And in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to build the best Sharpshooter build in NBA 2K21 Next Gen. This build has super good shooting, like amazing shooting. It's the best shooting build in the game basically. It also has really good playmaking. It can get pro dribble moves. It also has really good finishing. It can get contact dunks, and it's also a lockdown defender. So it's a really good all-around build, but its primary focus is obviously on sharpshooting. It's an amazing shooting build, and it's really more of a off-ball shooter, sort of like a spot up in the rec, or if you're like the 2-guard on a threes park team. That's primarily what I think this build would be best for, but it could also be used as the point guard since it does have pro dribble moves. It does have a decent amount of playmaking badges, so you could use it as the point guard, but it's really more of an off-ball shooter slash lockdown. It's kind of like a rebounding wing from 2K20, but like way better attributes, way better badges. But before we get into the build, really quickly, I just want to mention, if y'all are not subbed to my channel yet, make sure you click that subscribe button. Only about 2% of people who watch my videos are actually subbed to my channel, so if you click that sub button right now, you can join the 2% gang. I really appreciate it. Helps out a lot. But with all that being said, without any further ado, let's get right into the video here. Alright, so on this first screen, nothing really matters too much. The only thing that's important is you want your position to be a small forward. This is so that you can get as many badges as possible. You can get a lot of badges as small forward, and you can also guard any position with this build, from a point guard to a big man. Probably not a post scorer, but basically anything short of a post scorer, you could easily guard with this build. So that's good. Small forward is really good right there, so that you can be as all around good as possible. Then for the hand, jersey number, name, none of that matters. You can set that up however you want. Then just go ahead and click continue. Now for the body settings for this build, first off, for the height right here, you just want to leave this at 6'7". This is a really good height right here. This will allow your shooting to be maxed out. This will allow you to have really good all-around defense. As you can see, all of your defense attributes right there are super good all around. You can also get pro dribble moves at this height and contact dunks, as well as having really good physicals, really good speed and all that. So 6'7" is the perfect height for this build. You don't want to go any shorter because there's no point, and you don't want to go any taller because you'll start to lose a lot of attributes. So 6'7" right there. Then for the weight right here, you do want to bring this down a little bit to 201 pounds. And this is so that you can get your speed up to an 86. And remember, once you get into the Gatorade facility, that will actually be able to get up to a 90 because you get +4. And once you get above 95 overall, that'll be able to get even higher. So you're going to have a really good speed on this build. You're going to be quick, and that doesn't really change too much of anything else. Your interior defense, strength go down. Don't worry about that. Those aren't too important anyways. Then for the wingspan right here, you do want to bring this down a few inches to 6'8" right here. And as you can see, this brings your three-pointer up to a 94. So you have a 95 mid-range, 94 three-pointer. And once you get above 95 overall, those will get even higher. So that's good. And it brings a little bit of your defense down, but you can see all of your defense is still really good. You're still going to be a really good all-around lockdown defender, and you are going to get quite a few defense badges on this build, so don't worry about the defense stats too much. They're still really good, and the badges that you're going to get are going to be amazing as well. So just keep your wingspan at 6'8" right there. Then for the body shape, this doesn't matter. You can choose whichever one you want. It doesn't affect the build in any way. All it does is change how the build looks. It won't change the attributes, it won't change the badges. So for me, I'll probably just take maybe slight for this build, just because I never take slight, but you can choose whichever one you want, doesn't matter, just personal preference. Then go ahead and say continue. Now for the attribute and badge distribution for this build, first off, for the finishing, you're going to want to go ahead and put your driving layup right here up to an 80. That's all you're going to need it on, and you're going to want the attributes to put elsewhere for that. 80 will be high enough though for your driving layup. You're going to be able to make layups super consistently. Then you want to max out your driving and your standing dunk just like that, and that will give you 6 finishing badges. And that is the perfect amount. That's all you need. All you need is gold posterizer and gold lob city finisher, because this is really more of an outside build obviously since it's the sharpshooter build, but you can also catch lobs with it, so that's a good perk, and it does get contact dunks, so that's good as well. So just set up your finishing just like this. Then you can go down to the shooting right here. First off, for the shooting, you want to max out your mid-range. You want to max out your three-pointer obviously, and then you want to bring your free throw up right here to an 82, so you get 27 shooting badges. And as you can see, you can get every single shooting badge onto Hall of Fame right off the rip to go along with those 27 shooting badges, these basically maxed out shooting attributes. You're going to be an amazing shooter, and you're never going to be missing with this build. You're going to have unlimited range. You're never going to be missing. So just set up your shooting just like this, and you'll never miss. Then you can go down to your playmaking right here. First off, for the playmaking, you just want to move your ball handle up to an 80. That's all you want it on, so you can get pro dribble moves. You don't need it any higher than that. 80 is plenty high enough. If you move it up to 82, you do get handles for days on Hall of Fame, but if you have it at 80, you'll also get that at 97 overall, so you don't need to put it any higher than 80, especially considering this is mostly an off-ball build. And then you want to max out your speed with ball right there, and then put your pass accuracy up to a 45, which will be enough. I know that seems a little, but a 45 pass accuracy will be enough. You'll be able to make every single pass in the game. You're not going to be able to get any passing badges like bullet passer or dimer or anything like that, but you really don't need those. You're going to be good with a 45 pass accuracy. Obviously not the strong suit of this build, but it's still more than high enough. Trust me, I have a build with 25 pass accuracy and I have no problem making passes. So a 45, that'll be more than enough. Then you can go down to the defense right here. First off, for the defense, you want to go ahead and max out perimeter, steal, block, and then max out your defensive rebound and just bring it down a few by moving your offensive rebound down. Because they're connected, you can just move your offensive rebound down to a 57. That'll also bring your defensive rebound down to an 82, and it keeps you 20 finishing or 20 defense badges right there, which will be more than enough. And as you can see, you can get basically every single good defense badge onto Hall of Fame, clamps, interceptor, pick dodger, all of those. And you can also get intimidator onto gold, which is really good for a build like this, because most builds like this cannot get intimidator, so that's good. And the reason you don't put your rebound any lower is because if you bring it down one more, you're going to lose a defense badge, and you don't want that. 20 is the perfect amount. I will show you how to put on the badges at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that, but 20 defense badges, more than enough. Then for the physicals right here, you want to max out speed, acceleration, and your stamina, just like that. And you do have a couple extra attributes. I'm going to go ahead and put those into driving layup, but you can put them wherever you want. It really doesn't matter too much. I'm going to get the driving layup up to an 84, but you could put them into your rebound again. You could put them into vertical if you want to be able to jump higher, but that kind of seems like a waste. But for me, layup is the perfect spot to put that. So once you have all of your stuff looking like this, 6 finishing, 27 shooting, 7 playmaking, and 20 defense, you can go ahead and click continue and go on to the next screen. Now for the takeovers right here, you have the option between the slasher, shot creator, sharpshooter, and lockdown takeovers. And since this is the best sharpshooting build, I'm obviously going to go ahead and take limitless range as my primary and spot up precision as my secondary, just like that. But you could choose whichever one you want. It really is personal preference. If you want a different one, maybe you want a shot creator takeover or something to go along with a sharpshooter, you could definitely do that. It's really just personal preference. But for me, this is the best way to set it up, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes. And as you can see right here, boom, two-way scoring machine. Shades of Peja Stojakovic, Kawhi Leonard, and Jimmy Butler. But the 3 players that I compare this build to is Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, and Kyle Korver, because it is a really good sharpshooting build. But now I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and take a quick second to show you guys how to put on the badges for this build. I recommend you stick around for this. It'll only take a second, and it will also show you which badges that showed as gold on the previous screen will actually be able to get up to Hall of Fame once you get above 95. So that's good as well. But these are the attributes right here. Go ahead, say yes. Now for the finishing badges, like I said, you just want gold posterizer and gold lob city finisher. That's all you need, just so that you can catch lobs and dunk on people, just like that. That's all you need. Go ahead and say yes. Now for the shooting badges right here, first off, you're going to want to go ahead and get deep threes onto Hall of Fame, hot zone hunter onto Hall of Fame, hot shot onto Hall of Fame, blinders onto gold, deadeye onto gold, catch and shoot onto silver, corner specialist onto bronze, rhythm shooter onto silver, tireless shooter onto bronze, stop and pop onto bronze, and volume shooter onto silver, just like that. This is the best way to set up these shooting badges. You will never ever miss with these shooting badges. I promise you, you're going to be a lights out shooter. Every shot you could take in the game, you're going to be lights out. Go ahead and say yes. And now for the playmaking badges right here, you really have some personal preference here depending on your playstyle and what you're planning on doing with this build. But for me, the best way to set it up would be to go ahead and get quick first step onto gold, unpluckable onto silver, which is probably all that you should need it on, and then handles for days also onto silver. But again, you could set this up however you want. You could play handles for days higher, unpluckable higher, whichever one you think you're going to need more for your playstyle. Maybe you took the ankle breaking shots takeover and you want to take the ankle breaker badge or the space creator badge, you could do that as well. It really is personal preference for these playmaking badges, but in my opinion, this is the best way to set it up for my playstyle, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Now for the defense badges right here, first off, you're going to want to go ahead and get clamps all the way up to Hall of Fame. Then you're going to want to go ahead and get intimidator onto gold, interceptor onto gold. If you took a defensive takeover, you're going to want hot stopper. I didn't, so I'm just going to ignore that. Instead, I'm going to get chase down onto bronze, heart crusher onto silver, pick dodger onto Hall of Fame, and then rebound chaser onto gold, just like that. This is the best way to set up the defense badges for this build, in my opinion. You'll be able to guard basically every single build with these defense badges. You're going to be a super good lockdown, a super good two-way sharp. So just set up your defense just like this and you will be good. Go ahead and say yes. And there you guys go. That's how you build the best sharpshooter build in NBA 2K21 Next Gen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe to my channel if you're new. Like I said, I upload daily NBA 2K21 content, and only 2% of the people who watch my videos are actually subbed to my channel. So if you click that sub button right now, you can join the 2% gang. Really appreciate it. Helps out a lot. But yeah, I also stream on Twitch and my second YouTube channel. Those links will be in the description below. Make sure you go follow me over there. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Alright, peace.